So yo, and welcome back to AnythingEverything, and it's time. The BPL is back. Come on, BPL, or the EPL I should say, is back. And today we're gonna run through my review, my predictions I should say, of the BPL. I said it again, the EPL. Well, I'm gonna run through the top 4, who I think will get relegated, top goal scorer, and then I'll just introduce a few more stuff in the start of the video. This is AnythingEverything, learn, change, and entertain. Right, so first let me just start off with a little plug for my other channel. I got another channel, Anything and Everything. I started it a long time ago. I'm going to bring it back. There's going to be football talk on there, football discussions on there, Game of Thrones content and Dragon Ball Z content, along other things. It is called Anything and Everything. The reason why, because I want to produce any and every kind of content on that channel. Today we're going to talk about the Premier League. It's a big thing for all football fans, and if you're a football fan, hit a like. Hit a like. If you're a football fan, hit the like on the video, because I'm pumped. You know, like when you go without football, yeah, all football fans feel it. You just like you're drained. Like you need something. You need something on the weekends to keep you pumped. But with this back now, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of brings it's like you know that feeling when you're waiting for the new FIFA to come out. It's like waiting for the new football season to come out. It's even more. I'm more impatient with waiting for the new football season. That's how bad it is. But predictions, right? I'm gonna try to do my little editing skills. I don't know how good it is. It'll be like ping, 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 pong, ping, picking up on the screen. But I think I'm gonna do my top 4. I've reserved a lot of the stuff that I'm gonna make for when the transfer market closes. When the transfer market closes, I will make my real predictions for the whole league table and everything else that goes with it. So I think number 4. I think 4th is going to be Tottenham Hotspur. For whatever reason, I think Tottenham, I don't think they've really improved their squad. They haven't really got a huge squad depth, but they're consistent with how their team performs. If they don't pick up any injuries to Eriksen, Dele Alli or Kane, they'll be good. I think they're a little bit of, I think they're like a marquee signing off the top of the seat, like off number 1. But they'll challenge. I think all the top 4, even 5 probably, they're all going to be challenging for the title up to a certain point. But I think Tottenham's a kind of big signing away from winning the Premier League. Now in 3rd, I'm going to back my boys Chelsea. Now I'm very reserved for this season because I do feel like we haven't strengthened in certain. We've just replaced. We've not strengthened. We've just replaced players. I do feel like our youngsters can come in and do a job. We haven't blooded them through yet though. We've had all these chances to do it, like last season, seasons where we ran away with it with Mourinho's season. But because we keep changing managers, we've never ever got to blood our youth through. So doing it on our Premier League defending year, Champions League football, it's a risk. But our young players, I think, will step up to the task. I don't think we're ready for the Premier League just because of this whole thing with Costa leaving. You know, he's a big part in it. Match leaving. I think that's just crazy for me. I'll talk more on that, Anything and Everything. But losing Matic and losing Diego Costa is huge. It is huge. But 2nd, I think the 2nd's going to be what Manchester club am I going with? United. I think it's going to be United. I think United's got a solid squad. I think the way they play is going to be very impactful in the big games. I think maybe they're going to struggle over a certain 38 games. I think they might struggle to pick up certain points against certain teams, those style they play. You see against Real Madrid, even though it is against Real Madrid, they were missing chances. They had some good chances, but they missed them. And ultimately, that's what cost them last year. They were missing chances against lower league teams, and where they should be putting them away and getting the points. And I think that's what they'll struggle with this season. Obviously, they brought in Lukaku, but they've lost Zlatan. Zlatan might come in. Obviously, I'll discuss that more if the transfer moves happen. I do think as well they're going for Perisic or Bale. Bale's off the cards. Perisic might still be on the cards. And I do feel they do need another attacking kind of wide, fast, pacey, good technical ability on the ball to create that opening little gaps to open up a defense a bit more. Lastly, City, Pep, I think it's going to be his year this year. I think they've strengthened tremendously. I think at the end of the day, they should win the Premier League because they've spent so much money. They spent like 130 million on fullbacks. Fullbacks alone. Fullbacks. But you know what it is, it's one of them things where it's just like they're going to spend the money, they're probably still going to spend money, I'm hearing, but we'll see what happens. I think City's got the Premier League this year. That's my top 4 predictions. What are your top 4 predictions? Leave them in the comments below. 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. I do think Arsenal are going to miss out, just because I do generally think Sanchez is going to leave. I don't know why I have that feeling that Sanchez is going to leave or he's not going to perform this season. So that's my point there. I think Ozil and Sanchez are going to be distracted. They're going to be looking at eyeing up other clubs for their leave if they leave at the end of the season. I do think Arsenal, they've improved. They've done some good transfer market signings. They've done obviously Lacazette, and they've done Kolasinac. Both good players really in general, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. We'll see. They're going to definitely be contesting. I think fifth's going to be literally anyone can finish fifth out of second, third, fourth, fifth. Anyone could be finishing in any of them positions. But this is just a brief Premier League predictions. My proper ones will be when the transfer market closes, so I can actually analyse all the teams and all that sort of good stuff. I think my relegation teams that I'm picking is going to be Brighton, Huddersfield, and I want to say Watford. I generally do think Watford are going to struggle this season. We see it kind of the back end of other seasons where they fall off a bit, and obviously because of Brighton and Huddersfield are coming into the team, I think Newcastle with the manager, I'm backing Rafa Benitez. His squad is still a championship squad, they haven't improved a lot, but it's Rafa Benitez at the end of the day. He's got that experience, hopefully he can keep them up, because they are a big club and they do deserve to be in the Premier League. Now I just want to say one individual thing, top goal scorer I think it's definitely going to be Harry Kane without a shadow of a doubt personally. I just generally think if you look at Chelsea, you have players like Hazard, Morata, Batshuayi. All of them kind of contribute to goals. Batshuayi's going to come in and out. You don't really contribute to goals, but he's going to be coming out in and out of the team. Hazard contributes to goals. Pedro and Willian, they all contribute to goals. You look at Manchester United, Lukaku's going to score goals. Rashford's going to score goals. Martial might score goals. Mkhitaryan gets goals. You look at Man City, Aguero's going to get goals. Jesus is going to get goals. They're going to be divided between Jesus and Aguero. But then you look at Arsenal, it's going to be Lacazette. Well, Lacazette's got a good chance, but I don't think Lacazette's going to be prolific because it's this first season. I think he's going to be up there, but he's going to struggle being consistent, I think. And Sanchez, obviously, Lacazette and Sanchez if he stays. But then you look at Tottenham Hotspur, they've just got Harry Kane as the outlet. Obviously, Eriksen and Dele Alli pick up goals. Dele Alli picks up midfield type goals. But I just think in general, Kane is their main outlet. You compare all the other teams together, I think in Tottenham, Kane is the main outlet. Everything goes through him. Whereas with the other teams, they have other players that kind of pick up the assist goals and it kind of more spread out. That's why I think Kane's going to get top goal scorer. And I think that's why he has been getting top goal scorer for the last 2 years. So I'm backing Kane again. It's going to be crazy if he gets it 3 years in a row, which is crazy. Maybe I change my mind when I see the start of the Premier League, which will be in the just before the transfer market closes. I'll make a new prediction video. But if you want to go hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. This is just a quick preview, quick prediction preview. Hit the like button if you are a football fan and you are looking forward to the Premier League. Like I said before, leave comments below on what you think is going to win the Premier League. And top goal scorer, I want to know who you lot think is going to be your top goal scorer. Legitly as well, don't just say because you're based on bias because your team. Make sure you go sub to Anything and Everything because there will be content going on there really soon. More about just me talking about football, lots of good stuff like that. While we wait for FIFA 18, because you know we're going to kick off then. I'm thinking about bringing some new content to the channel. Like you see here, me talking to a camera. I'll probably do that a bit more, maybe a few more vlogs, a few more different games, a bit more consistent, a bit more rapid uploads. That's what I'm hoping to do. But this is AnythingEverything. If you enjoyed the video, yeah. I was going to say like the video, but I said hit the like video a bit too many times. But say, this is AnythingEverything. Learn and change. And into two.